this year's Coatings Plus show and conference, Paint Square invited Andy Oderzinski, National Sales Manager with Induron Protective Coatings, to talk about what has made the company a success. Induron has been in business for more than 70 years. How has your corporate culture contributed to the company's longevity?
I really think our biggest differentiator is outside the buckets of paint that we manufacture and sell. We're very patient with who we bring onto this team, making sure that they're people that really embody the culture that we've built. As we've grown this business, we're now expanding into other parts of the world. We find that honesty, integrity, being competent and an expert in what you do really travels well. This first 70 years have been wonderful for us, and it's what makes us the most confident about the next 70 in the years to come.
What markets do you serve today?
You could break our revenue really into three categories based on the markets and the types of structures that we're coating. The first of those is our pipe products. So we are the industry leader for ductile iron sewer linings, which is a pretty nasty environment, untreated wastewater influent. You got a lot of headspace there for H2S gas. Next would be the power industry. While we do work in generation facilities, the vast majority of the coatings that we sell to the power market involves the aged galvanized lattice leg towers where all the high tension power lines travel. And then the third piece of our business is the water and wastewater markets. So we have complete lineup of coatings that work inside potable water treatment plants, wastewater treatment plants, water distribution networks like pipelines, water towers. We're talking about things like power, water. It goes beyond just economic factors. They're things that sustain people's lives.
Induron products protect a variety of assets in a wide range of corrosive environments. How do you maintain quality standards?
Quality is one of the most important things that we address at Induron. We do not run our business by trying to manufacture the cheapest gallon of paint that we can make. We focus on making the best gallon of paint we can and really delivering on performance. And when that's your value proposition to clients, you don't have room to screw up. It has to be right every time, the first time. Some of our products like Protecto 401 that we have applied since the 1970s, the exact same coating every single day. Those painters know that product so well, if anything was different about it, they can tell immediately. And it means a lot to us when we have applicators like that who have used us through their whole career, and their main experience is consistency, and they know it's going to be the same every drop of paint that they use.
You are an evangelist for ceramic epoxies. Tell us why.
Yeah, we tell everyone that will listen to us that if they're not using ceramic epoxy, they should really evaluate why, because it can add a lot to their performance and the life of their structures without adding costs. What we're really referring to is taking a standard polyamine or cycloaliphatic epoxy and adding a pigment package of hollow ceramic spheres. So when we measure the permeability of a ceramic epoxy, we find that permeability is much lower than the exact same epoxy without those ceramic spheres, because as they're all packed in there in different sizes, any moisture vapor that's going to penetrate that film will have to take a pretty circuitous path around the ceramic spheres in that coating.
Talk about your newest ceramic epoxy product.
We have always wanted to create a ceramic epoxy primer that could be put on in a thin film that was a little friendlier for shop application versus just thick film linings in the field. Ceramic Prime had to meet a lot of the performance criteria that have made moisture-cured urethanes so friendly in people's shops. With Ceramic Prime, we're able to top coat the product in 45 minutes. We have an unlimited recoat window. So far, we've tested it out to about 1.5 years with no adhesion loss at all, no need for scarification. And we believe pretty strongly that if we can match all of that performance that we've come to know out of moisture-cured urethane primers with an epoxy that gets rid of isocyanate exposure, we should really do it. And the other important point with all that is that our ceramic epoxy primer is about half the price. So we would love to see every thick film ceramic epoxy liner put on top of our thin film Ceramic Prime, so that the ceramic epoxy performance is top to bottom, directly in contact with the metal where it does its best work.
For more information, visit Induron.com.